This video is part of a series of tutorials on strength training concepts and is brought to you by Edgerton's Garage Gym. Post-activation potentiation. Post-activation potentiation refers to a short-lasting increase in exercise performance brought about through undertaking a small dose of high-intensity physical activity. This phenomenon is often discussed in relation to training methods such as complex training or contrast training, whereby a heavy strength training exercise, such as back squats for example, would typically be performed first, and then several minutes later a power exercise such as counter movement jumps would be performed. As a result of the post-activation potentiation effect, we would expect to see a greater level of performance in the counter movement jump as a result of having already performed the heavy squats several minutes beforehand. Information on post-activation potentiation can also be used to optimize warm-ups. For instance, researchers Gillich and Schmidtblecher reported that a 1995 bobsled team used maximum voluntary contractions in their warm-ups in order to elicit a potentiation effect prior to competing, and this team actually went on to win the World Championships. It appears that power exercises can also be used to elicit a potentiating effect. For example, a set of maximal effort counter movement jumps might be expected to enhance performance in a set of heavy squats several minutes later. However, the use of heavy loads do appear to be more effective in eliciting a potentiation effect than lighter loads or plyometrics. There is no precise consensus on the optimal rest time between the potentiating exercise and the performance exercise. However, we generally expect the optimal rest period to fall within the range of 3 to 12 minutes. The optimal rest period is likely to vary between individuals, and also the choice of potentiating exercise, the load, and the number of repetitions are all also likely to influence the optimal rest time. It would require a lengthy presentation in order to provide sufficient detail on all of the physiological mechanisms that appear to be responsible for the post-activation potentiation effect. So instead, I will briefly highlight the three main mechanisms thought to be at play so that those interested can go and look into each of these further. So firstly, there is phosphorylation of the myosin regulatory light chain. So a maximal contraction will alter the structure of the myosin head, resulting in its increased sensitivity to calcium ions. Secondly, we have the potentiated H-Reflex response. So this is the most dominant neuromuscular mechanism reported in the research literature. And then thirdly, we also have altered muscle pennation angles. If you found the information in this tutorial useful, please like the video. And for more information on sports science and strength and conditioning, please subscribe to Edgerton's Garage Gym.